Bullock good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they really won't have much time to work with, just 19 seconds showing on the clock. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Elijah Molden. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally, and you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Throwing after the interception. Lawrence sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Dane Cruikshank, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in. Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
On second down, here's Henry. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Play action. It's Tannehill. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Tannehill on first down. He'll get this complete to Batson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jags are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Lawrence's throw complete here to Doyle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. Lawrence giving to Etienne here on the option. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Got him in. It's Brown. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Trying to shake off the interception from the left. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Tannehill. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he was able to get in there and make a great play.
He's going deep for Brown. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Andre Cisco. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. because otherwise you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
Being chased out left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill looking deep for Julio. And this is caught. Touchdown, Titans. Make that now 4 touchdown passes for Ryan Tannehill. And the Titans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. But look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at Jerome Carroll. We're pretty darn good.
Extra point up and good by Bullock. And that makes this 35-0 now. From the 6. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play that time through the air. 46 yards. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Lawrence to throw. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Now Lawrence. This will be caught by Brown. It's a solid pickup of 11, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Jaguars on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Christian Fulton. And the Titans are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Off play action, Tannehill. He's going deep for Brown. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. He couldn't get rid of it. He winds up losing a yard. It's 2nd down. Second and 11. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill under pressure, and they got to him again. Devon Hamilton, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough task for Tannehill and the Titans. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. To throw is Tannehill. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take him at their own 48-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
With Tannehill staying out there, they're going to go on 4th down. They snap it to Tannehill. Man open, here is Jones. Touchdown, Titans. Julio Jones, 44 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Titans. Bullock good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation. The pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Denico Autry able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Here's Lawrence. And incomplete on the deep ball.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll try and throw for it with Lawrence. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other side, and he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 35. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves them with third and about 6 yards to go.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down. Again, it's Robinson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown! Antonio Brown from 10 yards out. And the Jaguars are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. And the Titans are going to recover the football. The fourth quarter, it felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
Throwing now, Tannehill. Got an open man, it's Foster. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Partner, I have to tell you, just